championship game, WCC. The winner going to the NCAA tournament, and we are underway. I'm looking for hot starts, Mary Murphy. I'm looking for trends. I'm looking for who can stay out of foul trouble. I know you've got all that covered. Ooh, Ferreira with the near pick. Mark tries to keep it alive. She does. Wild shot. Hull can't get it home. Scrum. Jump ball just like that. We will see players on the floor this entire game. Reese with that length. Hull blocks her off. Schuler. Portland wanted to travel. Wow. Schuler finally whistled over 600 career victories, the winningest at Oregon State. All those NCAA tournament appearances, including the 2016 Final Four. Burham wheeling in and the block by Reese.
Look at a foul.
Wow, they sure are. It looked clean.
And Black Lock goes to Texas Tech, and it was a do-over. Transfers improve the players that you've got, and here we are. You know, at some point, Portland's going to turn up the heat and start turning over the Beavers, because that's just what they do.
Mogul on the floor, and there's the quick trap. Schuler.
1-2-2, three-quarter court. And you see Bolden with 2 personal fouls.
Yep.
4 minutes in. That is not good news for Oregon State.
Still 2-0. The winner advancing to the NCAA tournament. Meek. Alexis Mark so aggressive.
You're 4.5 minutes into the game, and 2 starters with 2 personal fouls, including your point guard. Newsflash, bad news for Oregon State.
This Oregon State club to see if they can get somebody else in foul trouble. Program records galore with this season, but all that matters to the Pilots now is getting back to the NCAA tournament. Heidi checking in, scoring immediately, good sign.
First field goal.
Burham, so tough on that baseline. There's the whistle, she'll go to the line. Her first. 2 shots for Burham. At 7 Eastern, Robert Morris will take on Youngstown State. Then, it's our WCC Men's Conference Championship game. We've been waiting for this one, St. Mary's and Gonzaga.
I'll buckle up for that one.
5-2.
Zone defense by Portland.
Reese. And 1. And oh, did Oregon State need that? Reese.
6'5", senior in her 5th year out of Australia. Started her career 3 years at Utah.
To Mary's point, quiet in the tournament thus far. 5-5, 3:07 left to go in this low-scoring first quarter. WCC Women's Championship game here at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. Mark, triple true. So here's Schuler. Heidi trying to post up. She's got the mismatch. Can they find her down low? Marotte. Back rim and off. Meek with the board, looking up. Burham. Shear. You bet.
And you really got a feeling for how comfortable this team is.
Oregon State looking to spread the floor. Let's see if Heidi can get something going.
Well, you've got 6'7" Heidi there, and she hasn't gotten a touch.
Floater. Not there. Heidi, put back.
Sometimes the best pass to Heidi's a soft miss shot.
Heidi at 6'7". Look at Burham. Doesn't hesitate a second.
Yeah, we saw that a lot yesterday. Just the quick run the floor back on a make.
How about Marotte? And 1! AJ with the answer. Let's out a roar. Spear picks up her second. You don't often see Portland getting beat down the floor like that. Meek needs to get something going. Dumping it inside. Burham goes up against Heidi. Not there.
An interesting call against 6'7" in the back of that zone.
And doing a great job at TCU. But the men getting after it today in Big 12 play. All right. Second quarter underway. Low scoring. Neither team shooting the ball very well by their standards. Let's see if that changes. Hull back on the floor for the Pilots. Burham backing down. Hull, ball fake. puts that ball on the deck, near turnover. Look at Heidi.
So Heidi needs to get involved. Ferreira must get involved offensively.
Schimmel with the jab step, and there's the cutting Marotte. Catch and shoot. Not there. Here's Shear. She wants to push. The trailer Burnham. Ooh, Ferreira with the block from the weak side. Here comes Bolden.
You know, we talked about Oregon State needs her energy, and you saw some of it there.
Help defense.
Perfect.
Dump inside to Heidi. Perfect is right.
Penetration from Bolden. Just get it out there and let Heidi just touch it and use the backboard.
You bet. Sucked in the double team and smartly delivers the goods.
Ferreira again at the rim. Denial.
How active and impactful is Cat Ferreira. Here she is.
Guarding that three-point line now after she's made a couple in this tournament. Look how far out they're trying to push Heidi.
Bolden three. Splashes it home. Well, we heard the whistle. Let's see if...
Good. And Bolden knocks down the three. A 32% three-point shooter, and Heidi's going to get tagged with that one.
Finding a home where her mother played standout basketball at Oregon State. Burnham.
They are really trying to go at Schimmel, and Schimmel's not fouling, standing her ground, say, try to score over me.
The freshman, former walk-on Schimmel has been a heck of a story for Oregon State and playing the tough D. Reese had a notion. Ball on the deck. Reese. My goodness, Kelsey Reese. Another and one opportunity.
You know, we don't think of Kelsey Reese as a player who puts it on the floor into the teeth of this zone defense.
Reese with that game winner in the quarterfinals. This Oregon State bunch, an unbelievable story. Starting the season 0-6, all losses double figures, and then they just kind of started figuring it out. Oh, we've seen Alexis Mark do that time and time again.
The acrobat, 12 points a game, 7 rebounds a game, and the pressure and the heat.
That's just tightrope stuff. With a sleight of hand finish, Alexis Mark.
But every possession, you got to think about getting yourself to half court before you can initiate your offense.
Wide open as Schimmel didn't get a catch and shoot moment, so she goes all the way to the cup.
How about Allie Schimmel? Walk on. Got a scholarship at the Christmas party.
Man, I haven't gotten a Christmas card like that ever. So how cool is that for the youngster?
Well, we've talked about it. It was the best gift her parents could get, not writing that tuition bill for the second semester. And
the pick
is what Cat Ferreira does.
Flying in. Oregon State starting to feel good.
A legend, one of the all-time greats.
Sissel Pierce. To Mary's point, you drop that name in Corvallis and everybody says, oh, what a player. The reverse, not there.
I think the surprising thing for me is that Oregon State is playing this well with Schuler on the bench, just cooling her jets till maybe halftime now.
So Schuler on the bench with 2. Bolden has 2, but he is on the floor.
And Hull continues to sit for Portland. So you lose your big 6'2 player. It certainly helped Heidi get it going a bit.
Reese steps into the 3, and that's all Cat Ferreira. 17-2, Oregon State run. Reese in game 1, 25 and 12 in the Oregon State victory in overtime.
Oregon State doing to Portland what Portland usually does to teams.
My goodness, what a run.
After a stone-cold, frozen start from Oregon State.
Scoop into Ferreira. There's the double.
Well, that was just a good luck possession so far.
Schimmel. The storybook continues. The Pilots just punishing Washington State yesterday, Mary, on the boards, especially on the offensive boards. You know they're not going to let up. There it is. That's what the Pilots needed. So a quick timeout by Ruick bails out Marotte. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Here's Schimmel. Good shift off the bench for Schimmel. Picks up the dribble. Reese now with 10. Shot clock winding down. Bolden. Jab step. Steps back. Back rimming off. Another rebound for Burham. Marotte only her first personal.
Out of the man-to-man, back to zone.
Should say team foul, my bad. All right, 4. You got to do something if you're Shear. She likes that pocket 3.
Oh, great look.
Yep, it was the look that Shear wanted.
But if you're Oregon State, and I'm sure Scott Ruick said this, buckle up, because everyone saw that third quarter last night.
So third quarter underway. WCC championship game here at the Orleans Arena. Ferreira.
Oh my goodness.
I guess you pick up where you left off, Oregon State. Pilots with a 22-2 run in that victory over.
Foul on Schuler, that'll be number 3. Shot by Hull goes up. Now let's watch Hull. You know when you miss. She just follows her shot, and you can see Schuler say, I'm going to try to get there and get the box out. She is so late, just body checks. Big time.
So again, 3 fouls on Schuler. Huge. For the moment, she remains in the game. There's the double team. Ducks her head. And able to find Heidi wide open. Pilots could use a run. As we mentioned, they had a huge run in the third quarter against Washington State. Mark going right at Schuler. Long ball, Meek. Back rimming off. Look at Burham chasing it down.
That's what they do.
Shear, wide open. Oregon State looking for a cutter or an open 3. Air ball with 6 on the shot clock. Between these two good friends, Mike Meek and Scott Ruick, both having great coaching stints at George Fox College in Oregon. Hull's just not going to quit firing.
She's not.
Same spot, 0 for 3 there. Ferreira steps through and gets her home.
Meek got all set up to take the charge, and she just stepped right by her.
Ferreira dynamic. Meek almost throws it away. I love it. Just keep shooting. Portland trying to come back. Meek and Schimmel. Schuler still on the floor in foul trouble, doing a great job to avoid further trouble. Oh, a little contact that Bolden creates and scores.
Beautiful job, just moving it over to her left hand.
Yep. You're reading my mind. There's punches, there's counter punches.
Oh, inside, it is
a war. Technical foul on the Portland bench. We're told it's called on Mike Meek.
You've seen a lot of Mike Meek over the years, Ann. Have you seen him get many tees?
No, I mean, I've seen the vest man get pretty cranky on occasion, but him getting a tee is a rarity. Oregon State with the possession.
See if this fires up the Pilots.
And that might have been what Meek was trying to do. We'll see.
Normally he doesn't need to fire his team up. They just are kind of fired up all the time.
Schimmel wide open, rimming out, unlucky. Heidi, wow, Heidi just takes it away. Oh, takes a tumble.
Just pivot the opposite direction.
Pilots perfectly executed.
I love these cuts to the middle.
With quick hands. Heidi, yep.
Tack on another one.
Number 4 on Heidi. All right, so Burham on the floor in foul trouble as well. She is going to be critical. It's going to be Burham.
And in a game where Portland is shooting so much worse than they normally do.
Cold shooting for the Pilots from the outside. That is for sure.
They are going to get raced, and they missed Hull with the first one.
So Hull doing a really good job of hanging tough in that play.
Especially with the foul trouble she's had.
Exactly. Burham leaning in. She'll go to the line.
Having Hull on the floor throughout this third quarter has done for Portland.
Good look at Ruick. And 2 more tosses for Burham. 6-0 Pilot run.
Turnovers starting to add up for Oregon State. Free throws starting to add up for Portland.
Marotte. A lot of tall timbers there. 9 on the shot clock. Wow, what a stick for AJ. Sees a seam. Schimmel hustling over, stepping through. Look at Mark trying to hustle it. Taps it into the hands. Burham, nothing there. Burham again, and she'll go to the line.
Portland from Spangle, Washington. If you're driving from Spokane to your right to the west is the exit for Spangle.
WCC men's championship game is going to be something. St. Mary's Gonzaga tonight, of course, on ESPN. The Heat. The release. The release for Kelsey. Flags it down, takes a moment, and misses. Can she follow? Jump ball. Oh, my goodness.
Quickest jump ball.
Took a swipe at it.
I mean, it is not CYO. This is a championship game.
Shot clock off, game clock at 5. Meek. You got to hurry now. She picks up her dribble. She's got to put it up.
Good.
Kind of a busted play. Nothing there.
As Portland is shooting 21% from the floor. They only have 9 field goals. Their fewest this season was all the way back in November against Eastern Washington when they had 21.
Pilots lead the WCC in so many offensive categories, including field goal percentage and points scored. As the fourth quarter begins play,
those team fouls, just keep them even. You're really helping yourself out a lot because you're just getting buried at the free throw line so far.
10 on the shot clock. Here's Reese. Scoops it. Keeps it high. Ferreira stepping through. Follows her own miss. Can't Ferreira.
I thought you were going to get her back in.
Burham back in.
Zone for Oregon State.
Meek. Long ball.
Yeah, had plenty of time.
Splashes that home. 7 on the shot clock now for Schuler. Guarded by Shear.
Offensive foul.
This game is chippy, it's physical, it's interesting,
and a lot at stake.
A trip to the NCAA Tournament. Portland trying to three-peat. That hasn't happened in a long time in this conference. And Oregon State, in its first year in the WCC as an affiliate member, looking to win the title. Wide open, Burham, money!
How do you lose track of Maisie Burham?
They have been so steady for Coach Meek. What a play, the lob!
Oh, Marotte just got chucked in the chest.
Marotte is down.
Hull is no longer on the bench. They have moved her to the locker room.
There was a review, incidental contact, nothing upgraded. Hull, we saw blood on the face. Don't know if it was nose or mouth, going to the locker room. Shear gets blocked, hits the deck hard, and Schuler will walk it up.
Fifth block of the game for Oregon State.
Marotte loves the mid-range. Can't get it home.
Mark's been quiet.
Shear's been quiet.
Great job in transition D. But they lost the shooter again. Burham and Shear say we do not want our season to end here.
This is the closest the Pilots have been since 21-15 in the second quarter, and there's a lot of time left. The Pilots, the two-time defending champs, looking for the three-peat. Oregon State, its first year as an affiliate member of the WCC, looking for the trip to the NCAA Tournament. Schuler can't get it home. Ferreira.
Who are you, Ferreira?
here. Long ball. Schuler stepping in for the rebound. Missed opportunity for the Pilots to draw ever closer. Reese looking for help. There's the cutter. And now Marotte dumping it inside. Heidi. That's high-low, baby.
That's perfection. Use your twin towers. Burham's like, I got to get two in a hurry.
Heidi in double figures for the 9th time this year. As Mary told you, finding a home at Oregon State, enjoying her best year.
So many players around the country who suffer injury after injury, but it's the passion and love of basketball that keeps bringing them back. Sela Heidi is on that squad.
Marotte, 2 big tosses. It's a 12-point lead for Oregon State. Portland needs a run, and then they need some stops. Mark again. You bet. The Portland Pilots averaging nearly 80 points a game, sitting on 44. 5 on the shot clock. Schuler steps in.
They're going to get Heidi over the back. Reese, 9 points, Heidi 12. But the rebounds, keeping this Portland team off the O boards.
This is a club that averages nearly 45% from the field. Not today.
Here's the pressure.
Schimmel gets over the timeline. Finds some help in Schuler. A minute to play, and Meek has no choice but to... They come into this tournament as the 4th seed. The last time a 4th seed won the WCC tournament, Portland Pilots in 2020.
They knocked off number 1 yesterday. Can they knock off number 2 today? We're going to know in less than a minute.
Ferreira again doing the dirty work. Burham trying to sell it into the hands of Schuler. Wow. Bodies flying again. A lot of frustration for the Portland Pilots.
Well, no doubt.
Every big-name player to
everyone
the transfer portal last year when the Pac-12 blew up. Every single big-name player.
And we've seen them all over the country having great seasons.
Sure. Godspeed. And Ruud brings in Bolden. He brings in Ferreira. And Oregon State ever closer, almost turning it over. There's just no time. You got to chuck it up. Burham does just that. Rims out. Heartbreak. The story of this club amazes me and getting better all the time. Ruud, what he did with Oregon State while they were in the Pac-12. Special stuff.
But a big part of the puzzle has been the emergence of Cat Ferreira. I mean, we saw her back in November, and we're like, I don't know. And now it's like, wow.
In a championship game setting in Vegas, will go down to defeat. It just was not their day, Mary. Burham catch and shoot. Marotte waits for the foul. What a game. Transferring in from Utah, as Mary mentioned, having a career year. 9 points, 10 boards, 3 assists. Complete game for Reese. Oregon State had to have it.
And A.J. Marotte, the one that decided to stay. This moment and what it must feel like for her.
Bolden back in. Marotte gets a standing O and a hug.
Talked to her before the game, Anna, and she said, an hour and a half before, I said, you ready? She goes, let's play right now.
Yeah.
I'm ready, and we're ready. That is remarkable.
The celebration with these players.
Devastating for Portland.
Good to see Trista Hull back on the bench for the Pilots to join her teammates.
It's going to be a new champion, Ann.
It certainly is. Clock down to 5. Buzzer will tell the story.